Hello and welcome. This is MC Explains, an investor education initiative brought to you by moneycontrol.com and Invesco Mutual Fund. One of the key selection criteria when it comes to choosing which mutual fund scheme you want to invest in is looking at the fund's past returns. Along with that, you must also consider other aspects like the annual cost, the investment style, fund manager pedigree, and the overall investment process. However, performance is the most comparable, measurable, and relevant criterion, and hence you must pay a lot of attention to the type of performance you consider. It's important to understand what the return performance is telling you and what it means. One of the most common ways to display fund returns is point-to-point return, which is to show them at a given point in time for a chosen period. Mutual fund regulator SEBI has mandated disclosure of performance or returns for 1, 3 and 5 year period along with the performance since inception, all expressed as annualized returns in the form of compounded annual growth rate or CAGR. The returns for these periods need to be disclosed along with the value of Rs 10,000 invested across the respective time periods. This is a mandatory disclosure format in line with what SEBI has defined and a good way to communicate fund performance very simply to investors. For example, the 1-year return is basically the change in value of a fund today as compared to a year ago. With fund values or NAVs published daily, you can calculate this for any period you like, say 2 years or 3 years or even 10 years if the fund was in existence. This type of return is known as point-to-point return because you essentially take the NAV today and compare it with the NAV on a specific previous date. These are 2 points in time and the performance or return is calculated from one point to the other. Performance data that exceeds a year is rationalized and expressed as an annual return. While this is simple to do, it does not show a complete performance picture. We know that market prices of listed securities change on a daily basis, driven by factors which could be external to the fundamentals of the stock or bond. This means that a mutual fund portfolio which invests in these stocks and bonds also witnesses daily volatility in its NAV. If on a given day the volatility goes against the fund, then returns taken with that day as a point will get impacted. This is especially relevant for equity funds where daily volatility can be very high. Sometimes returns taken a week apart can be very different thanks to volatile markets and even impact the choice you make. Plus, performance for equity funds is not linear. Relative performance in short periods can differ widely even as the long-term performance converges to a narrow range and becomes less volatile. The risk in relying on point-to-point returns alone is that while comparing such returns across funds, you may end up comparing at points in time where one fund has run into a rough patch, whereas another is having its best performance days. No fund is able to be the best in all points of time. Any choice made on this basis then is an incomplete approach because you're not seeing the larger picture. The alternative is to look at rolling returns. Rolling returns are calculated after considering the daily return for a defined period. What does that mean? You decide which period you would like to analyze returns for. Let's say you settle for a 3-year time period. Instead of looking at the point-to-point 3-year return today, when calculating rolling returns, you calculate the daily 3-year return for say the last 1 year. In essence, you're looking at 365 different days of 3-year return for the fund. Once you have all these, the average can be taken to see the historical 3-year return performance and what it looks like. Rolling returns are a lot more comprehensive because they consider the daily performance of the scheme for the period you choose. Hence, any sharp change in the return caused by external market incident-driven volatility can be evened out. There are two elements to rolling returns. The return period, for example, do you want to calculate 1-year return or 3-year return or 10-year return? And secondly, the time period for which you want to calculate this return. For example, you may want to calculate rolling 3-year returns for the last 5 years. That will give you 1305 days of return calculation, assuming that in 1 year there are likely to be approximately 261 working days on which the NAV is published. The actual number of data points or return days is not critical. What's important to understand is that in case of rolling returns, there are several data points for the performance time period you are analyzing rather than relying on just one point-to-point return. Thus, there is a better understanding of consistency of returns for a particular scheme. Let's dig into this a little bit. If you consider the 3-year return for the Nifty 50 index from the 1st of November 2022 to the 31st of October 2025, then you will see that it is 13.5% annualized return. Now, if we measure the 2-year return, say from 1st Jan 2022 to 31st December 2024, it is 12.1% annualized. Even though the two time periods are just a few months apart, the return is significantly different. However, now when we calculate the average 3-year rolling return for the Nifty 50 taken from 1st November 2022 to 31st October 2025, it is 16.5% annualized or CAGR. Similarly, the rolling 2-year return for the next period, 1st Jan 2022 to 31st December 2024, is 16.9%. This gives you a more clear idea of what to expect because there is no bias of a single day event impacting returns. Rolling returns are also better suited to comparison against a fund's benchmark because at a given point in time, the benchmark return can be very divergent and the fund may show underperformance or outperformance. However, with rolling returns multiple data point comparison, the average performance of the fund against its benchmark over time gets noted. In case of rolling returns, the larger your data set, which means the further back you can go to calculate the period return you want to analyze, the better it is. Let's summarize all that we spoke about. Point-to-point returns show you just one part of the picture and depend a lot on what impacts return on a particular day, whereas rolling returns give you a glimpse of the larger picture showing how a fund performs through daily ups and downs over longer periods of time. Now that you know the difference, you will realize that the efficiency in considering annualized rolling returns is higher, even though point-to-point returns are also not incorrect. Hope this video makes the performance comparison more clear. Stay tuned to this channel for more such informative videos on mutual funds.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.